kill you. Okay. Oh, God, who the fuck is that? Mayman, we're live.
I know we're live. Well, let me tell you something mean, Katie. It's the quarantine maniacs. Anywho. We here.
Oh, my God, we are here. Welcome. This is another episode of the Gorilla Talk podcast. My name is Ivy, a.k.a. the SmackDown Women's Champ over here in... Don't worry about where the fuck I'm at. Who are you, B?
Some call me Suave Ramon. Some call me the Bar Christ. Others call me the Bars of Weight. Ray Dunn. My mother named me Raymond, but to a lot of you niggas, I am Ray Pearson.
Damn, that was mighty spicy right there. That was mighty spicy over there. Oh no, he's a glitchsaurus. What are we doing with our lives? That's what you get trying to cut a promo with a Hogan.
I'm not glitching.
Oh, you're an asshole. Well, I said this is why we can't have nice things in life. So while our guest is getting herself situated, because it says her device is not connected yet, so we're just waiting for her. Let's, it's been an interesting motherfucking week, to say the least.
Very.
And we ain't just even talking about in wrestling, because that was kind of snoozy.
Oh yeah, no, you it was almost like you were outside of the party, you just wasn't inside. You could hear the bass pumping, but you just didn't know what music was playing.
Were they doing the puppet up?
It's like, I don't know if any of you watching has ever seen A Night at the Roxbury, where they thought the hottest, there was like, we've made it in. It was just the like lounge area, like they didn't really make it in the club yet. That's almost like Katie. Katie's at a night at the Roxbury.
Listen, man, I just caught up with my whole week. What you talking about?
And once she realized what the hell was going on, it was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yo, I swear to God. I swear to God. But we got people on the check-in already. Let's say hello to them. Yo, what up, Michael Bostic? That bad single is out now. Welcome to Gorilla Talk podcast. We're here with the ATE boys. What up?
Hey, what up?
Yo, you ready to talk some wrestling? Talk some shit?
Well, let me tell you something, me and Katie.
Yo, before we bring our guest, because the glitchosaurus didn't affect her, she back in live and direct, right? Tell us about this little challenge we're gonna be doing for the Gorilla Talk podcast.
So, if you think you got the mic skills, we want to see it. Any of you lucky mofos who think you're dope enough.
Actual words, though, not mic, as in,
No, none of that. Please, no. We need you guys to cut a freaking awesome promo and send it to us. And if it's fire, we're gonna fucking show it.
No, not just any type of promo, B. Now, when you say promo, because we get a lot of drops that's like, yo, tune into so-and-so with my homegirl. Nah, B, we not.
No. None of that bullshit.
None of that bullshit, please.
None of them scapegoat shits. No, we're not doing that over here. Never.
This ain't no OnlyFans. We're the fans only. So tell them about the promo they got to cut, B.
What's the best way to explain this?
Tell us, Mean Hogan.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Katie. You guys got to bring that heat. You got to you got to cut an awesome promo. I don't care how you guys cut it, but I don't want to hear, check out my new single. No, we're not doing that shit.
We talking about full out wrestling, B.
Yes. Who you're challenging, when you're challenging, what's up for grabs besides your nuts. We want the whole shebang. We need answers.
And it's got to be in a video and audio format.
So what's up for grabs? Up for grab. it's the bars. I'm sorry. I can't turn that off. I
This is
can't help it.
this is
Pause.
why we can't have nice things.
Grabs, up. Ah!
First of all, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so she gotta grab him by like this, like
She gotta grab that brass.
give the good loving, the shining, the spit, the
She
lube.
gotta reach for the money in the bank.
She gotta reach.
She gotta reach for that dick case.
And listen, she better cash in by the end of the night.
She gonna grab it. She gonna cash in immediately.
Cash the motherfucking.
Sorry about that.
He got 2 phones, one for the plug-in, one for the hose.
Yo, 1 2 1 2. I can't talk right now. I'm live streaming. Peace. All right, we back.
So on that, how about we talk about our guest that's coming up?
Man,
we've had her before, man, but this is just even more special.
Very, very special. She makes the fan part of me seem like a sissy, a chump.
Oh no, we're bitches compared to her, B.
Listen, I ain't never seen. If heaven is what her basement looks like, God, take me right now. Take me, God.
I mean, listen, if she had weed in it, then I could just live there. I'm just saying. I don't know. We'll find out later.
Yeah. Right now, coming to the ring. She ain't coming.
To the Gorilla Talk arena.
Yes, we present the fabulous, the GOAT, the flawless, Secrets.
The motherfucking Secrets is in the building.
What's up? Hey, back in that heaven you call a basement.
Here we are once again. Thank you for having me.
Yo, we just love honestly having you on our show because you're always giving us one tour to the basement.
Anytime.
Did you get any new collectibles, by the way?
There's always new stuff coming through here. The thing about collecting is that unfortunately the flow never stops. There's always new series coming out, new exclusives. If you're just collecting, like what's behind me, this line is retired, but we don't have everything. So there's always new series coming out, new exclusives. You don't want to keep collecting whatever you don't have. So there's always new stuff.
Do you feel like you're still missing after all this time? Or like, is it that episode of Ms. and Mrs. where, I'm sorry, I really paid so much attention to this, but when Miz had to go get, and I forgot the wrestler, but it had a star on it, and it cost $60,000, and the other one didn't have a star, it only cost $5. Like, is there really such things like that?
Oh yeah, it's true. Like Ray said before, it is. We do have some grails in here, but nothing worth $60,000. I can tell you that much.
Jesus.
I swear to God, when I saw that and Ray be telling me like your whole basement's worth millions, I'm like, stop.
I don't know about millions. I mean, listen, there's a lot of stuff in this basement that people would kill for. I mean, we've got a large collection, and I've seen way bigger. But you know, this was the idea when it all set out, that he always wanted to have a basement that had all the figures that he couldn't get while he was growing up. And, you know, we've gotten those, most of them anyway. And just going forward, you know, now AEW has their line, the new elites, we have old elites, we've got belts, we've got, you know, loose figures, which you guys saw last time. Be more than happy to walk around again for you.
But yeah, we're getting to that too.
Oh yeah, we gonna give them that treat.
Yep.
Well, God forbid there's a purge. I know once they get to your place and they see the basement, it's like, nah, fam, this is off limits. In fact, you're being invited to several cookouts.
Yo, not for nothing though, I get real scared about like buying things off people and stuff. I'm like, yo, they have our address. Like, if they follow us on, you know, Instagram, like they know what our collection looks like. This shit is scary, you know. So we try not to buy things off people because there's something in the back of your head. People aren't stable, you know. You never know. Crazy.
But let me ask you a question. Wouldn't it be like for stuff like that? And I know it's gonna sound really creepy, but like, don't you go and like meet up with them somewhere? Even with the pandemic, stay 6 feet, put the thing in the middle, you know, and just grab it slowly.
Wait, well, what?
Oh no, I mean that's like local pickup and stuff. Nobody got anything over here. I'm talking about like buying online. They gotta mail to your house, right? So I mean, it's not like from a store. If you're buying it off like a member of the groups or something like that, it's kind of scary.
Yo, real talk. I'm sorry. Side note.
This
Yo,
was David saw it too. The Moon Belly Kamala. I swear I saw that episode. I was like, really? Did the Kamala really the thing on his belly really cost $60,000?
Yeah, it's a difference. The variance in certain figures, which became which you would find out were very rare. They didn't know at the time. I mean, what did these figures go for? $9.99, $12.99, $16.99, nothing. You can grab them off the shelf at KB Toys or wherever. But now, forget it. It's ridiculous.
Yo, I got a question.
I would hope you have a question. This is why we're here.
Did you not follow the? I don't know how active it still is, but I bumped into it online. The back and forth between KB Toys and Zack Ryder.
What?
Yeah, there's like some beef out there.
But I don't watch them like religiously.
Yeah, it seemed to have like I mean it was boiling a little bit over some action figures and I mean Mr. Zack Ryder out there giving people bad Yelp reviews.
But KB Toys is still alive?
No.
The franchises, and I mean like the human being is about to.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yep. Y'all gotta have Goldie on one time because let me tell you something. He'll give you the lowdown. He knows.
David, we like talking to wrestling people. You could be next.
Okay, Goldberg.
Oh shit!
Come on, man. I'm quick, but I'm a rapper, girl. Let's not play.
Listen, man. I just caught up to my week. You telling me to catch up with the lingo right now? God, we here to talk about wrestling, B.
Yeah, ain't it funny?
What?
Goldberg was like, not only are you next, but you're last. How many last were those? That was a couple last ago.
Listen, I'm just really happy though. Like, can we just keep it a whole 100 right now? I am so happy that Goldberg didn't get the title at Rumble.
There was no need for him to.
No, because there's no need for him. But remember, he still had that contract for his legacy status or whatever for him to get Hall of Famer. That whatever he negotiated, he was a certain amount of wins.
Right, but he had already held the title. That's how.
It was a certain amount of, like how some people are like in their contract a certain number of runs, title runs. Pause.
Runs. Oh. Yeah, I mean, but looking at it from a storyline, knowing the active storyline, it's not like Drew got nothing to do, so it's like, all right, let's just throw him in a match with Goldberg, and he's just gonna drop the title. Drew is still in the active storyline, so I didn't see the need for Goldberg. Like I knew it wasn't. I knew watching it wasn't gonna happen. Yeah, it was a fill-in match. I mean, I would have rather seen Goldberg versus Roman Reigns than have at least it was like, okay, this could go either way. But even still, Roman Reigns was not dropping the title.
But that's my thing too. First of all, I have no interest in seeing Goldberg and Roman Reigns, to tell you the truth. There's no, like, even when they first teased it before he left for the COVID, it never enticed me. And I guess maybe because I have my weirdness with this heel Roman, like, there's days I like him, and then there's days I think he's a total bitch.
But that would only mean that Roman is doing his job to make you feel that.
There's some heels you actually just like that they're heel.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that you could tell they're doing a good job on some heel days, And then there's some days you just think he's a bitch and you don't know how to feel about him as a heel. That was like when you had Daniel Bryan as Mr. Savagery, but with the belt that you could roll a J out of. B, like, what was that? He just sounded like an annoying little girl that just never got her way.
And you know what? Funny thing about that, I didn't expect people to actually go with it, because at this point I kind of felt like, oh, Daniel Bryan is probably a legacy act at this point, as far as like from Daniel Bryan to fans. So the fact that he got booed, it was like, oh shit, like he actually made it possible to be a heel and not be the likable heel.
Yeah, like that. I was convinced, but I
Like
also
Jericho was a heel.
Jericho
but
is a great heel though.
but he's a likable heel, because at this point Jericho is a
He's
a
less
leg.
on.
Yeah. Oh damn! I'm the main guest. Oh, excuse me. Let me fix myself up.
Nah, you ain't shit, B. So we got. It's alright. Trust me, we know it's the StreamYard or whatever. We're just gonna blame StreamYard today.
Yeah.
That's it.
All the blame.
Yeah, David Gold said Roman is way better in this role and makes people hate him. Nice direction for him. I
Yeah,
mean,
I like it. I'm all for it. I am all for it. Because that just, you know, I mean, they doing with Roman what they couldn't do with Cena.
So I'll keep it like this. You remember how I used to be annoyed if Seth is the Messiah? I like Seth more as the Messiah than I do Roman as the head of the table. And you know that Messiah thing took me a long time to really get used to.
Nah, Seth is dope. I mean, sooner or later, I think Seth is gonna come out of that Messiah character, because they need someone to actually go up against Roman Reigns.
I don't think I'll see a Roman and Seth match for a while. Not
sooner or later.
Like a feud.
I mean, do you know they're gonna play off the Shield card? Seth thinks he's the Messiah, and Roman thinks he's the head of the table. Sooner or later, we're gonna get it. Pause.
So I would only see that. First of all, I would like that to be a Survivor Series type match, and if let's say Seth went back to Raw, got the title from Drew, and then it would be the Messiah versus the head of the table. I would be so okay with that. That would be my fantasy thing if I was gonna have the two of them together.
Fantasy, the two of them together. Anyways, on another note, secrets. Wow. What do you think?
Tell us about you. Tell us what's going on with the asylum. I do have your flyers put up. Raymond had to ruin that whole thing for me because it was a good scenario.
You ruined it. I was talking about a wrestling match. You went left.
But yes.
Well, as far as the asylum goes, you guys know, and I'll tell the other viewers if they're not aware, I'm on the promo team for the Facebook group The Asylum, which is theasylumwrestlingstore.com. We've got virtual live Facebook Live meet and greets with autograph signings. A lot of times you can send your items in to be signed, or they have 8x10s and certain items available that you can buy off the site, figures, belts, things like that. And, we've had a killer lineup since last May when they started. And just recently, I mean, they've had such killer legend appearances that it's just, I mean, in my opinion, it's unmatched. And the team that runs it, just the main admin team, let's say, is just, it's unbelievable. They're such a well-oiled machine, and everything gets done so fast and so smoothly that it's just amazing.
Well, I mean, I would give yourself some props too, because since you're handling the social media, and doing that for like Ray and a whole bunch of other people, it's not an easy job. So for the mere fact that you're able to keep up with it at such a pace, plus be able to do like appearances and stuff like this to promote the brand, you got to give it up for yourself too. You're part of that well-oiled machine.
No, I mean, I try the best that I can. I let everybody know, even if I see people talking about wrestling or something, like, hey, guess what, guys? And I'm basically, I mean, Ray's known me since we were kids. I mean, you meet me, I'm cool with everybody. I'm just, laid back. I'm cool. It's just my personality, and I'm able to do that in the different groups. Like, hey, would you mind if I posted here? Hey, guess what we got? Boom, boom, boom. And we're really doing something. Even though you might see live meet and greets and stuff, it's not the same thing. Like, we've seen a million of them, and half the time, they're just. I just don't feel like they're up to the caliber. Not to toot our own horn, but really, I mean, it's something else, truly, and it's a blessing to be a part of, and I'm glad I can.
In rapper terms, you're saying they're trash.
Yes.
The other people?
Yes.
They're
trash. Really, actually, they're doing good jobs too, but the way, like, I guess because I get to see the inside track on everything, that I see it from the inception of the guest all the way up until, I mean, where they fill them in on what we do and who we are, and then you've got prior legends and prior stars, or sometimes even present stars. We had Vicky Guerrero in the summer, and all she's got to do is say, hey, guess where I was, and tell somebody, and then boom, we have another guest, and it snowballs from there. And I mean, the guys, like I said, do a great job in reaching out to people and their managers, or even them directly, however it works, and gaining these people. And they can go ahead and ask Sergeant Slaughter, well, oh, they said you did a show with them. How was that? And he's going to say, it was great. I mean, the guys flew down and hand fed them 8x10s and pops. And, I mean, half the time they're down there, wherever these guys are, South Carolina, North Carolina, whatever state, and they go down there and they're right there with them, hand in hand, working the virtual signing, which is awesome.
And I want your personal opinion on it. And before I even get into the question, I feel everybody, doesn't matter what profession you're in, everybody should be compensated for their hard work. I'm putting that out there right now before I even get into the question. How do you feel about people? What's the better word to call them? Talent. How do you feel about specific talent charging to be interviewed?
So he's super salty about some. So we were in the. So let's just start this. He was super salty because we reached out to somebody who's still on an independent level, and they wanted to charge us up the ass. So
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm super salty, but being that the asylum has done so much and has been able to interact with a lot of people, is this something where it's like you guys collectively come together, like, you guys do a virtual huddle, and it was like, well, this guy is asking for like $400, or we are gonna put our hands in the pot, or we're just gonna next?
Yeah, that's a whole good question too, though. Like, I could understand if somebody even from NXT decides to charge and they're not even on screen that much, because they could give me a whole perspective as to what being in the performance center is like, and I'll be like, yeah, I will pay for that money, right? If I had it, and let's say my show is on that level where I feel like if I spend the money, it's not going to kill me.
Yeah, like how do you go about that?
Well, I think that some of the, let's say, I don't know, everybody's important. I'm not going to say they're not. Every single guest that we've had is super important and super relevant. I mean, be honest, like, there have been, some of the older wrestlers that I don't even know who it was at some point. Like, sometimes I don't know their real names, type of thing, like, and of course you're meeting whoever and they've got their real name, not Hulk Hogan. They're who they are, you know what I mean? But, they do charge a premium sometimes. I don't know what that's based on, if they just feel they're worth XYZ or that's what they charge for their time. That's fine. But I guess at the end of the day, the main decision that would be made is that if everybody's making something from it, it's going to be a great event. It's not going to be me and that person sitting there with crickets in the background, like, oh, we just paid this person, I don't know, make up a number, $1,500, and nobody wants an 8x10 by them. It's like, it would really have to be worth it for both the talent and for the guys. And it's a lot of work, like I said. And, you know, there's sometimes there's travel, there's lodging arrangements, there's like there might be an upfront charge, which is not, you know, nothing crazy, believe me. But
to do an interview for a virtual event though.
Well, just to do a straight interview without, you know, speaking to, you know, not like having guests come in and have them sign autographs and stuff.
Just wanted to talk to a wrestler on live, right? And they said pay me $400.
I guess it would just really just depend on if they wanted to do an event like that. Are they making anything off of it? No. But if they wanted to do that, I think it might hype up their, you know, their credit of saying, oh, wow, they can get, you know, whoever, Ricky Steamboat, to come on and BS with them for an hour. This is unbelievable. You know, so, I mean, even when we collectively get to talk to these people, it's like, my mind is blown. Like, sometimes I'm just like, you know, Mickey Mouse in the camera. You know, I got to speak to Razor Ramon one night, you know, when they did the signing, after the signing, and I was like, hi.
Hit you like, with a, you know, hey, yo.
Yeah, I mean, really, it was so like, oh my God, like Razor Ramon is here right now. He is talking to me, like, what's up, bro? And really, at the end of the day, you have to be professional. I mean, he was great. He did a great job, you know, and it really depends on, like, if you just wanted to do an interview type of thing, if it was $300-$400 or whatever, sometimes, you know, they could be, you got to try to think of it as like, they might, maybe, not saying yes or no, but if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, they may be able to be doing something else with their time versus in their book, wasting their time with you to sit and talk for an hour or two or whatever the case is.
Yep, that is exactly what Secrets just said. It does depend on what it does for your show. Will it gain you subscribers? Most business operators are lost when they start. Yeah, that is so true.
But my thing is, if I'm going to pay you to talk to me for 30 minutes, and I feel like, all right, well, I don't think this person is going to post the flyer, or this guy or lady is not even going to at least spread the word as in a 24-hour story, then I don't see the need for it, because then it's like, it kind of falls on deaf's ears.
Right, like it just happened in your, you know, you met them in the parking lot somewhere and you run around telling everybody, hey, guess who I saw? I can understand that too, but at the end of the day, they are the name. If you guys want to bring things to the next level, you know, not just you in general, they, I mean, or you guys, I mean, in general, like another team, the Asylum or anybody, I think you just have to weigh the pros and cons of it. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to do a interview and you're going to get into it and you're going to talk about maybe, I don't know, a specific match or something, or, you know, a situation that happened that's very popular that people know about, you might want to have a chat with them before or talk to the manager, whatever the case is, and just say, hey, you know, I'd like, here, we made up this poster, we made up this link or whatever, could you please blast it all over your social media? And you would hope that they would do that. And if they're not going to do it, it's either, if you're just taking that as a personal win, like, oh, I got to sit and talk to whoever, you know, and I got this information and we have this on our podcast list of people that we talk to, then maybe that's enough. Maybe that's cool for you guys or for us or whoever. But I think you got to put money in sometimes to get, and really, you just don't, you know, it's in a live, virtual signing or whatever with the items and, you know, the time, sometimes the talent is limited on their time. But I think in all of the guests that we've had, I forget, I meant to note what number meeting it is. Goldie would know, he's watching, he'll probably comment on it. I think it was like 20 something, if I'm not mistaken. And every single person that was like social media competent anyway, posted it, blasted it all over their stuff. They had it on their Instagram, their Facebook, they're everywhere. And I mean, they would share it live. And they actually, a lot of them did a live promo video real quick, 30 seconds. And we're like, we had Tori Wilson on January 30th. And that was her first virtual signing in all this time that we've been locked down for COVID and everything like that. And then she did a little blip video, 30 seconds. It was like, I'm going to do my first live virtual signing with the asylumwrestlingstore.com. Check me out, blah, blah. It took 30 seconds of her time. You know, but you would hope that they would do that for you if you were going to do an interview or an event or something like that and have them there, then you would hope that they would do that for you in return for the money you're putting out,
Because as a fan, not every loss is a loss, because even if you did put up the money and maybe you don't get the views that you think you were going to get because of the name, in the long run, if you're serious about what you're doing for your brand, or if you're a part of a brand, and you like, well, I had the honor of interviewing
right there, exactly.
Jesse Ventura, and it's like, wait, what? Then it's like, yeah, it's all over my YouTube. What's gonna happen? They're gonna go right back. They're gonna go into your catalog, check it out. Then it's like, oh snap, she interviewed X Pac 2 weeks before Ventura. Now they're checking out your old stuff, and it's like, oh man, where have I been this whole time? Because it's similar to music.
And they know exactly right, which from another avenue. They know each other. A lot of people, these wrestlers know each other. They worked with each other for decades, half of them, and they'll be like, "Oh, I have these, these nobodies calling me up, like they're talking to my manager. Who the hell are these people?" Meanwhile, it's like, I did a show with them. I made hella money. Like I had a great time. They were fantastic. They flew down and helped me and walked me through the process. And we have such a good rapport with everybody that going forward. At the beginning, did they know I don't know what they put out at the beginning for the first show. Let's say $500. I have no idea. I'm just making it up. But did they know we were going to be where we are right now? Hell no, they didn't know. But I mean, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Like when you have people like Bret Hart coming on your show.
Yeah.
And last May, you had no idea where this was even going to go. It was like mind blowing.
Wait, you got the Hitman?
Yo.
You got the excellence of execution?
Wait, here, let's talk about what they have been having going on, because Dan spilled it in the comments about a certain Dusty Rhodes coming along. Wait, here we go.
There he is.
Woo!
Yep. That's going to be a huge show.
Tell us about that. Tell us about February 20th.
Listen, look at the picture right now. Like while you guys sit and you guys watch every brand, right? You watch every show. Mm-hmm. When the hell would you think that somebody that you know or people that they know are going to be sitting live with this guy, like arranging something like, all right, we want the people from our group and everybody on social media to be able to send their items in or whatever and get a live autograph with you and chat with you for a few minutes. Like, I mean, how cool is this? That's Dustin.
We grew up watching this guy.
We still watch him.
Exactly. You still watch him. He's live. He's on television. And you get to sit and talk to him from your living room or from the wrestling room, whatever you're doing. Like, how cool is this? It's so exciting.
And wait, there's more. And wait, there's more.
There's more. Sure is.
Hold on. February 4th. Bam!
There he is.
That covered that whole screen. That was just like...
Yep.
It has to. Yeah, it has to.
Oh, hail the Asylum wrestling store.
You've got to appreciate the gigantic, honor this is to do this with this man. This is Bret Hart. I mean, unbelievable.
This is very unbelievable.
All right, let me take it off. We're not worthy of all this greatness right here.
We've got Ricky Steamboat also coming.
Yo, I need to go wherever these places are that you do this.
Listen, the AsylumWrestlingStore.com. You need to go on there, check out everything that's coming up. You can follow them on Instagram in the Facebook group, The Asylum, or you can follow them on Instagram, The Asylum 2019, I believe it's at. And everything's on there. There's shirts that are available, belts that are available sometimes for signature. The live meet and greet tickets are on there. And believe me, it is worth the money. I'm involved in the team that does this, and I get on sometimes with these people for my own things to get signed, and it's so like, oh my God, you feel like a little fangirl, like, oh, like, ooh. It's really, it's unbelievable because you're literally sitting there talking to them, and this is somebody that you grew up watching, somebody that you pretended to be when you were younger, and it's just like, whoa, how is this even possible? But it is. They're making it happen. It's unbelievable.
You know,
The crazy thing, my bad, yo, but the crazy thing about Bret Hart and the Hart Foundation is that not only is Bret the last of the Hart Foundation, but you got Natty, you got
Yep.
Brian Pillman Jr. I believe he's over at AEW.
Yes.
Davey Boy is in the is at a bidding war.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's gonna go to NXT or if he's gonna head over to NXT UK or go SmackDown where Natty is. Is just so dope. It's like, yo, like I grew up watching these guys, and it's cool to see that happening.
Yeah,
So
it
you know what I
really
mean?
is. It's something else. It's something that, I know when it all first started that they had no clue where it was going to go, but they even started with with a killer lineup. And it was maybe once a month. Now, sometimes it's 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4 times a month. It just really depends on who they've got on the roster, but they've got a killer lineup and more talent keeps coming, and then they spread the word, and then they're doing other events that are coming up. I mean, they even have a live event, I believe it's in Tennessee, coming up, where they're going to do I guess when they're going to be opening up a little bit more, from COVID and everything, they're going to have like a live event where the guys are going to go down and they're going to have a table or two, and they're going to have, some talent with them, and you'll be able to go there, buy an 8x10, maybe shake their hand. I don't really know, but you know what I mean by shake their hand, but actually be in their presence. It's almost like an access, like they do at WrestleMania.
Listen, if I ever went anywhere where I could choose between shaking Bret Hart's hand or handing him a pair of shades to give me, I'm not shaking Bret's hand. Like, bro, listen, I don't watch you walk to the ring many a times. You are putting the shades on me. Oh no, no, you didn't. Oh no.
I would love to
Oh,
have Brett's
no.
on these.
oh, this is
Yeah.
what we're doing right now. Damn, I didn't prepare for that.
Who knew where the conversation was gonna go? Yeah, and it's even got the thing on it. Where is it? The
Oh
Hitman.
shit!
That's
Woo!
good.
All right, show off. All right, all right. Because Ray got a curfew today, so
Sort of.
a little bit of a curfew, even though it hasn't been a whole hour, Raymond. I just want to see that, but SmackDown, Raw, NXT. As David said in the beginning, Raw has been sucking lately.
Oh my god. Lately
A lot.
in the word. They got
So
a track record.
we gotta do this real quick before Ray hops off.
No,
How
no,
how are we feeling about Raw this week?
It was a snooze fest.
I mean,
I
listen,
think it's still long and it's slow and it's just, ugh. I think that's the way to talk about it. Unfortunately, nothing revelating really.
I read online that Vince doesn't trust
the new
newer
talent.
talent, and that's why he's going with these former champions for the chamber, and it's just such a waste of time. The only thing that sucks about pay-per-views is that you can't, if you're watching it live, you can't skip it.
Right.
And that's the only thing that sucks.
And even then, you kind of just change the channel for a little bit and just hop onto something else until
Now you just leave the room.
Yeah.
I leave the room. I go see who's doing what, and then I'll come back as soon as I know what's the next match.
Yeah.
It's just wild. Like, first of all, let me see. Let me go back to the Raw.
I like when Paul Heyman was in position over at Raw, because we were at least getting Aleister Black and Ricochet and Andrade.
Heyman is a great creative, and if they had him, first of all, I'm pretty sure we'll see more new talent. I really am sure he would try to bring the new talent back, especially at this point.
You don't think Triple H should give him a little job title down in NXT?
what is that going to do right now? NXT is the most thriving out of the 3 brands.
As far as talent.
Again, NXT is thriving along the fucking brands. What do you mean?
They've been though for a long time. I mean,
No, I know
actually,
that, but it's
there was a
like
time where NXT was. I'd rather watch NXT than anything else because
I still feel like
bored
that.
to death.
Nah, I still feel like that.
I just started watching AEW again because shout out to 6XL. He's told me that I could watch AEW on the TNT app. So y'all, to all the wrestling fans that could have told me I could have just seen it there instead of trying to find these illegal websites, please go fuck yourself.
You know, you could watch the Dark on YouTube or something too. AEW Dark, because we watched that. What is it, on Tuesday night or something? When there's nothing on, whatever. I think it's Tuesday night that it's on, or Thursday, whatever the hell. I don't know. Whatever day there's nothing on, we watch it on YouTube.
After what's it called?
After AEW?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that you could watch it. I don't know if
on
we like watch
Tuesdays.
the week before this episode or what, and then we watch it on Tuesday night when nothing's on or something. I don't know. I don't know. When he runs the show and he tells me, yeah, we're going to watch this. Okay.
They usually go live on Tuesday nights on YouTube.
Could be. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's when they're doing it. I'm not really sure. But he comes home and that's what we watch. So I just, he's got it on. I sit and watch.
Did anyone have a highlight though from Raw this week?
That when it finished.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, what is it, 11 o'clock?
As soon as the next show came on, it was the highlight of the night. Like, thank God. Thank God.
You guys are so horrible. We're trying to put some light on it. At least give them some type of...
There's nothing exciting about the Raw Chamber match.
First of all, I'm not even ready for Elimination Chamber. And if we're going to keep it a buck with you, because what am I going to see right now? The most we've seen feuding is what? Sheamus and Drew McIntyre?
Maybe that'll be the highlight, though.
I mean, if we have to pick, if we have no other choice but to pick one, then yeah, it's Sheamus and freaking Drew McIntyre. I
mean, I'm happy to see Sheamus back in action, though. I always liked him.
Yeah,
even when he was paired up with Cesaro, he's a great athlete. He's a great wrestler.
And then on top of that, you have Shane. That I remember watching Raw now. That's how bad it was. Where I forgot I saw Raw. I'm looking here at the highlights. I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember this. God damn it, WWE! You need to get your shit together. For me to be sitting here and not even remembering, like I was dead ass asking Ray, what did I watch this week?
That's how titillating it was.
Didn't AJ fight Jeff Hardy for like the 15th millionth time?
Yeah, but he so. When Shane came out on Monday to talk about how homie Drew was gonna do the Elimination Chamber match to defend the title, he kind of sprinkled in there when he said the chance of Drew losing the title before Mania is gonna be phenomenal, meaning there's gonna be some type of build up, whatever happened at Elimination Chamber, because AJ Styles defeated Jeff Hardy to become part of the Elimination Chamber showdown. So right here, WWE is already dropping the ball on the bullshit.
They go through waves where it's like it becomes like you can't miss, and then it's like, why am I even watching this? Yeah, exactly. I wish I didn't even put this on. But it's almost one of those things like, why have they been on for decades? Is because people are still watching it, whether it's good or bad. It doesn't really matter because you have to see what happens next. Whether it's a 3 hours of sucking or it's a 3 hours of amazingness, so you can't even believe what you just watched. It just is what it is. If you're going to be a fan, you're going to be there for what? The good and the bad and the amazing moments and the droll moments. That's going to be like, is it time for bed yet? But you watched it, right? You were there for it.
I mean, we were there for it. Like, that's how it's like being a WWE fan is like being a Mets fan right now.
Not for me.
Well, you're just there for it. If you like them, you like them. I mean, don't even get me started. I'm a Steelers fan, so I don't know what the hell happened this season, but we're still Steelers fans.
It's like watching WWE ladies. Well, like watching the Super Bowl. Nothing exciting happened.
Speaking of, I didn't even watch that.
No,
The
nothing
Giants
happened.
weren't playing, so there you go.
Yo, I only watch it just so I can see the weekend this year.
Oh yeah,
I
no, she was fanning out. Katie was fanning out so much that she
I
managed
know.
to capitalize off of her fanning,
Hey,
and it was great. It was great.
first of all, the first time being a weekend fan actually paid off.
It was a swipe fest.
Oh my god. No, but football used to be good too pre-COVID. No. I think the last time I saw a Super Bowl was before the Falcons one. Was it the Falcons one that was on Mom's birthday that had the SpongeBob theme? With Adam Levine having the SpongeBob intro.
You know what? You lost me there. I
I
didn't
don't know. I
even
watch it
realize.
every year. I have no idea what's going on. We just
Yeah,
watch
I
it
didn't
because
even
we have
know the
nothing to
Eagles made
do.
it to the
All
bowl.
right. Charlotte Flair and Lacey. I really feel like they're trying to pull the she's gonna be Rick Sugar baby, and it's not just a casual friendship. Because we all know that Mr. Ric Flair's had about like 4,000 partners at this point. It was like used to be 300 at one point. And, it's been quite a few years. So
Social media ruins everything. We all damn well know that Lacey Evans is married.
I mean, yeah, but just for the sake of
You
storyline.
know, the thing is this, right? I watched this, and when I given my 2 cents, it's I'm speaking from someone who can see this shit happening before it happens. This is Final Destination for me.
I
Like
just
I can't talk from a fan's perspective because it's really hard to be a fan when social media has made it impossible to be a fan.
but then
No,
again,
it's true. It's true.
I mean, yeah, because I saw the kayfabe just went down the drain. There's no such thing as kayfabe because just look. Let me give you an example. The whole Rusev Lana Bobby Lashley thing, right? Had
Oh
they
God.
divorced, they would. Had they actually divorced, that shit would have been everywhere.
Right. But because we know, and damn Lana, I know you ain't built like that. How is your shadow bigger than you? Oh no, it's Rusev in the background in the light area. You know what I mean? It's just, I can't speak from a fan's perspective because it's really difficult to remain a fan nowadays when it's just like, oh, all right. For perfect example, Roman versus Kevin Owens. I knew Roman was gonna pull the ref into that part of the stage, the shit that knocked the ref out, because for some reason they focused the camera shot too much in that area. And I was like, yo, there's something weird about, when you see something, it's like, well, why is that table in this scene too much? Lo and behold, they use the table. So is that the one shot, and you got that shit there, then it's like something's gonna happen with that stage prop. Lo and behold, to kill the 10 count, which was a 15 count, Roman pulled the ref got hit, knocked out. Oh, did I not see it happening? It's just, it's real difficult to be a fan in some things. That's why it's like when Roman was feuding with Jay Uso, I was glued in for that because it was.
See, that was actually interesting. But that was actually interesting though.
For everybody who's ever had a problem with their cousin, or family relative.
It's a family fight, right? Exactly.
Yes.
It pulls in it, and people can relate to it. That's why.
Yeah, like I have brothers. There's been times where I've, what I mean, like we have our, brotherly moments. So what happened? Oh, you can relate. Brett versus Owen. This is like, yo, I want to punch my brother in the face because I think I'm better than him. Oh, yeah. So it's like, when the storylines like that, that's what it's like, yo, this is what I'm talking about.
But I'm not gonna lie though. I think my favorite thing about Raw this week
is when they finished.
After Raw, pause. No, I had to put the pause. No, I had to.
Wow.
So Nia Jax hurt her bum in a fight with Lana.
My home.
So the company called Tushy made her an offer following the whole incident. Tushy, a company that
That was
provides
good, Katie. That was good. The whole incident. That was good.
Tushy, a company that produces bidets used for washing the lower regions of the human body, issued the following press release in response to Nia Jax hurting her hole on WWE Raw. Dear Nia Jax, I saw what transpired last night during Raw. My condolences to your hole that looked like it hurt. To help ease some of your pain, I'd like to send you a free Tushy Spa 3.0 bidet to install. I imagine things are a bit tender up there right now with lots of sensitive nerve endings. Wiping with a dry tissue may irritate and damage the area further. With the Tushy Spa 3.0, you can spray your bum with water. It'll help feel cleaner, fresher, and healthier in no time. We can also send you a Tushy Travel, a portable bidet, perfect for people who poop when they're out and about to have in hand just in case you need it, as long as your pain persists. Lastly, we'd love for you to be a Tushy brand ambassador and speak to the many features our bidded offers athletes. Please let me know if you're interested in a free Tushy and a free Tushy travel, and I'll send one to you ASAP. Feel free to check out our assortment of products at www.hellotushy.com. Cheers, Mickey, founder from Tushy.
You know what's crazy, yo? I'm
You
surprised
by the way.
I'm surprised the homies over at Pornhub didn't offer to fix that problem for her. I mean, that wouldn't happen if you were properly trained.
I'm sure she's getting all types of solicitations right now. All types.
Them DMs must be going crazy.
Let's go to NXT. Raymond and Secrets, I have a question for you guys, right? Maybe because I've been out of the loop for a while and I just started going back to watching NXT AEW, like I get my weekly fellow wrestling pause. Um, wasn't the Mae Young Classic supposed to be the same thing as the Dusty Rhodes Classic, but yet for females?
No, the May
No.
Young.
Because why is there two Dusty Road Classics for tag teams then?
Because the women now have a chance. This is the first time the ladies get their tournament. They never had this before. Now is when they're having it for the ladies as well.
So the Mae Young Classic wasn't for tag teams at one point?
No.
There was
No,
never
it was
for
the
the female
singles.
tag teams?
Yeah, single competitors.
Okay, that's what I wanted to clear out because I wanted to understand better. Because like I felt confused. I'm like, but didn't they do something with the tag teams for the Mae Young Classic as well?
No, you had the women's pay-per-view where there were tag team matches,
Yes.
but it wasn't like a tournament. It wasn't in tournament. It was just an all women's pay-per-view. Now the Dusty Road Classic not only does have the men's tag team competition, but it also has the ladies competition, tag team competition.
Okay. Now I understand that better. So NXT figured out the last of the people for the semifinals
Mm.
for this weekend for Valentine for the NXT Vengeance Day. So we currently have, hold on, I'm scrolling. We have Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart versus Dakota Kai and who else, right? I'm sorry.
Sasquatch.
Stop calling her Sasquatch and tell me the actual name because that's why I was trying to refrain from saying that.
I'm sorry, I just don't remember her name at the moment. Damn, what is her name? Isn't her last name like Gonzalez? Like
Raquel Gonzalez.
there you go.
That's all you had to say. I kept saying why you kept calling her Sasquatch.
I'm sorry. She'll crush me.
That was honestly my favorite match of the whole thing too, to tell you the truth, because that had the most action out of everyone, in my opinion. Even though they got a B+ for it, I'm pretty sure that shit deserved an A. Because Ember Moon really took it like she wasn't kicking out for shit, B.
It's about time that they brought her back on. I always liked her when she was out, before. And it's like they take a huge sabbatical and then they come back and you're not really sure if they could pull it off again, but I'm glad she does. I like her. I always liked her.
And I love that she paired up with Shotzi because I always thought Shotzi just badass. I mean, who the fuck in? Like the last time I saw someone rolling in with a tank was the Generation X. So
right, and a lot of people like her. I mean, not
Shotzi's
only
dope,
pretty as hell, and just a big deal.
No, David likes the old theme better. I'm sorry. I kind of really like the whole military tank shit.
Wait, no. Which old theme? Ember Moon's old theme?
Even then, when we talk about Ember Moon when she first came out to NXT, or we talk about Ember Moon's old theme when she was like on the main roster.
Nah, I could say that I liked Ember Moon when she first came to NXT.
Oh yeah, no, she was more raw. Pause.
Hey, Daddy wouldn't mind that.
Oh God.
That's what I'm trying to hear her say. Yeah, Ember Moon's original. Yeah, because she was what? War Goddess. That was her like. Her
like the orange contacts and
the
color in her hair and all that. I don't know where that figure is. I got it here somewhere.
That's when you know. That's when you know Secrets is balling. It's like I can't even find it. We got so many damn toys.
Yeah, like here we go.
Got so many action figures.
Oh,
here we go. Here she go. Yeah, when she had like she had the Mortal Kombat mask and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, more new finds.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because even with her attitude now, it's like it's kind of like, I don't know whether to think you're a baby or you're a heel. You kind of, it's almost like you came back, but you went back to NXT with this. Ain't nobody better than me. Well, you weren't doing that on the main roster.
David said I have 3 of them.
Of the figures? I bet you do. It was like hell. Goldie knows that it's like hell to find figures out on the pegs here where we live. I mean, really anywhere in Jersey. It's just ridiculous. But I think actually we probably had to buy this off somebody.
He goes, one is MOC. What is MOC?
Mint on card, which means that the box is perfect and the figure stays in the box, so it's mint.
Okay.
And then one that he takes out of the box to display loose.
Okay. That's
we have some of those. We would do one. We're MOC collectors, obviously, all the boxes, that the figure stays mint, and typically the boxes are, uncut with the box cutter and they're perfect edges and everything like that. And then we usually buy a separate one. It doesn't matter what the box looks like. And we just take the figure out because it's still a mint figure if it's not in the box, but it's just loose and complete typically. That it's got all the accessories and everything.
So real quick though, NXT Championship is to be defended tomorrow on Vengeance Day. Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne.
That's gonna be a sick match.
It is gonna be a sick match, but I'm still rooting for Finn. I know you're a Pete Dunne fan, but we need to agree to disagree right now.
No, I'm a fan of both. That's why it's like I know it's gonna be a sick match.
Like I'm sorry. I love the Demon in NXT. I really am hoping what you said about Edge going for the title happens.
Me too. I don't see a reason for Edge to challenge Drew McIntyre or who else is the champion? Or Roman Reigns. I don't see they're still tied up in storylines. That's why to me it's like I want to answer from a fan's perspective, but it's like it makes no sense because they're still tied up in storylines. The only thing that I can honestly see is it makes sense, perfect sense for Edge to go fight down in NXT. Also, Beth Phoenix is down there.
I feel like that's what they're gonna do. That's why they keep stalling and saying till after Elimination Chamber. But part of me thinks that tomorrow, once one of them wins, you're gonna find Edge fucking shit up.
Yeah, because who knows? Maybe these guys might cause Finn Balor the match. And Edge will be face to face with Pete Dunne. He's gonna let him know, and also it also brings star power down to NXT. Even if it's not a long, like if it's not a crazy run.
I knew what you were gonna do.
Hey, I stopped myself though.
You paused yourself.
It stopped.
See,
Even if he doesn't,
David.
even if he Edge and Finn will be the
Yeah, for
best
sure.
match. That's what I'm saying. That's what we need. That's why I see it makes more sense for Edge to go right down to NXT. It doesn't. It makes no sense. And plus, these guys are still tied up in storylines. That's why I
You
can't
gotta
see
stop
it.
saying going down to NXT because NXT is like the brightest star that they got now. It's actually
No,
going over
I
to
mean,
NXT.
yeah,
I'm even, an even
Like,
keel.
can we
We
do
used
that?
to say go back down to developmental, but
right.
it's
No,
not
no,
that anymore.
yeah, no. I don't mean like going down to NXT, like
Yeah.
putting them like on a lower level. I'm just
Right,
saying
but we
like,
used to because that was the thing. But now they're all even
yeah,
in
like
NXT.
I see it as
Once
stadium
it's over.
status and going. I'm gonna go down the road right over here where
Right,
it's
right, right,
popping.
right,
That's what I really mean by that. But
right.
it makes perfect sense for Edge to go to NXT. That's what I'm rooting for.
Yeah, I
But
mean, you've
who?
got an
But
entire show.
also too, Edge did have that face to face with Karrion Cross in the parking lot. That's why I'm saying it makes perfect sense for Edge to go to NXT.
I mean, Edge is a star no matter where he goes. It really doesn't make a difference. Like, it's Edge.
No, yeah, definitely.
Like he
Wherever he comes, it's going to be a hoopla. For,
like we
it's gonna be
know he
something.
lost. Like I'm sorry, guys. I know he lost the title. Not he lost it, and then he lost it like from losing a match. He lost it because he had to relinquish because of his injuries, right? But in the end of the day, does it really matter which title he captures? It's
No,
that's my opinion because everyone talks about the belt he lost, the belt he lost. I'm like, yo, but you already saw it because I was having this debate with someone like, yo, you're here looking like, yo, Roman, like for him to fight Roman or whatever to get the belts. One, he never got the Universal title, but the Universal title means jack shit the way they since it popped. You
right.
know, I have no. The only person I could ever respect holding that title was Kevin Owens because he was the only one that held it long enough, and it wasn't like a whole 1, 2, 3 type thing.
Right.
That's the only person I could respect, and I'm not saying that because Kevin Owens is one of my favorite wrestlers,
Yeah, you
but
are.
he still is. But no, it's true though. How long? How Roman's reign on with it might be like the same exact amount. Finn Balor only had the thing for like 20 minutes before they took that shit off him.
That happens
Sad about it.
sometimes with the titles, and that's what sucks. That's why a lot of times it's almost like why it's better. And I think a lot of the legends will tell you this that it's like their storylines are more important than holding the strap or how long they held the title because they could have it for 5 minutes or 5 years, and really at the end of the day, are you going to really remember if they held it for 225 days or whatever the hell they do now? Or are you going to remember if they had it for 15 minutes? No, they stake their name in how involved they are in a storyline or in an event or when they make those moments. The straps, like they talk about how many times they always ask like who should have had a title run or who should have held the title that never did. That was a huge star. They never held a title, but they were a huge star still.
Yeah, it's like who Cena had it like what 15 times and Taker only had it like what maybe 5, 6, something like that. But who's I mean whose legacy, and that's what Undertaker even talked about that with on the Steve Austin podcast. It's he enjoyed the build up more than actually having the title.
Right, because once you have it, you have to defend it now versus having the build up and people coming after you for it and everything like that. And I mean, it goes to show you right there with the Ric Flairs of the world, which Cena I think is the only one that's up there that has held titles close enough to Flair. The thing is that even if Flair, I think, in my opinion anyway, what does that mean? I don't know to anybody, but I think that Flair was such a big personality and such a big storyteller in his wrestling and in his promos and everything that it wouldn't even matter if he ever held the title. Yes, it's a credit to his character and to all his hard work, but at the end of the day, Who the hell wouldn't like Ric Flair if he never held the strap? Everybody would like him. It doesn't matter. He's Ric Flair.
Yeah. NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai versus Toni Storm and Mercedes Martinez. Secrets, who you got for this?
I like Toni Storm.
See, this is why we meant to be. Okay, continue.
I like her. The fans like her.
She's grown on me.
A determining factor a lot of times, I think. You know, she'll sell more merchandise. She'll sell more, you know, airtime. And I think, you know, I think it's time for a push. Why not? She looks good.
Oh, yes, she does. Oh, my God.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, my God. Raymond, I already know who you getting, but, like, tell it to the world.
I got to be biased for the homie since the MySpace days. I got to go with Mercedes Martinez. Io Shirai had the title. Toni Storm had the UK title. Mercedes is the only one out of the three that never held the title. And plus, once again, it's the homie Boricua, you know what I mean? So I gotta be biased. My vote is on Mercedes Martinez.
I think it's gonna be good for sure, regardless of really who takes it. And that's the thing that I mean, like, I don't mind really even who's wrestling, but as long as it's good, not boring, like, let's go.
If Io loses, do you think that's an indication of her going up to the main roster?
I don't think she's ready for the main roster yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say not always. Sometimes it's just not their time. It's not their push. So it could just be because she lost because she lost. It wasn't part of the the script or the plan.
Also, you got to remember, you know how sometimes they like to put the belt on them because they just got more merch it's sold.
That's true too.
Maybe she's also losing her momentum because I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I hear something about NXT lately, dude, I forgot Io Shirai is the fucking champion. I keep hearing about Toni Storm. So clearly,
and it may be her time. That, like I was saying, it might be her time to shine now. And who knows? You know, that is one of the things that you could think that it's going to be anybody, but sometimes they surprise you. Sometimes people just know because they know, who's going to win because they just know. But other times you're like, oh, and every now and then they do surprise you, and you're sitting there like, all right.
Do y'all enjoy this Io Shirai as a baby or as a heel?
I think I would need to really see her the heel.
Damn.
I need
to have been out of the loop.
Like, bro, you gotta remember, I've been watching NXT 3 weeks only since I've made the actual time to do this.
Yeah, no, I think for this character, for this look on Io, I liked her better as a heel. I like her overall. I think Io's dope. In fact, I hope they build up Xia Li. I hope they build up Xia Li to where, you know what I mean, like they can start giving her the push that, But Io, for this look, it works much better as a heel. Because she became a likable heel to where then that's when they flipped that switch and gave her back a baby push.
I feel like I don't know why, and I feel like it's a hit or miss when they have the international talent come in, because you have people like Shinsuke, right, who play the good heel but just can't talk much, but you can understand though what he's about, right? But then you have, I could never picture Asuka heel. That's the type of wrestler I could never picture heel. So for me, I guess I would have to really go back and look at the videos with Io Shirai with heel for that to be believable to me. Because it's not like it goes back to the point we were making before. WWE doesn't want to take the time to build up the new talent. Because once again, they're a conglomerate. They really don't care. Let's be real, they care about numbers, they care about merch.
But it's so crazy because you got some of these talents that are coming from Japan and the indie scene that have the name, and then when they get there, is like what we were talking about with Valid last week, is like what you do outside of this company, once you get here, that doesn't matter. But then it's like, but then you kill what was being built for 15 years.
Yep.
Because
That's what happened to Shinsuke, unfortunately. He was one of the baddest ass wrestlers over there. And he came here, and yes, he came out hot and everything, but then, like,
when he was in NXT, they really did good with him. They brought him up to the roster, and I was okay for a little bit until he kicked. What was it? He had punched AJ Styles in the nuts.
Nah, it was a low blow. And yeah, that I was gonna say the same thing. Once Shinsuke won the Rumble, went to Mania and lost, and especially what happened after the loss, it was like, oh, all right, I'm done. They ruined Shinsuke Nakamura. Fun fact: people forget that Shinsuke actually fought Brock Lesnar in Japan.
In New Japan.
And that's what I'm saying. He was such a huge deal over there. The US people that don't even watch New Japan or whatever, which I'm not a huge fan of New Japan, but like I do know some of the names. We don't watch it, but if you don't know these people and then they come over, you think that they're like, Shinsuke Nakamura off the street, and you have no idea who he is. Meanwhile, he's a freaking champion over in New Japan, one of the baddest ass wrestlers ever over there, and the style's different, which is a big deal because U.S. wrestling here, even WWE wrestling, is much slower than New Japan wrestling. It's a much faster pace, and they can't keep up there because that's not what we're used to anyway here. So it becomes a huge problem, and he didn't fit in correctly, although he is still a big name. I mean, he's got like, 6 figures or something like that. They even put him in the defining moments line, which like only legends are in the defining moments line, but Shinsuke Nakamura's got one. So he must have one hell of a contract.
Word.
Wait. So I was listening to the conversation, lost my page. Gargano versus Kushida. I think Gargano is a pussy, so I'm already giving this to Kushida, especially after what I saw in that debacle on Wednesday. I'm sorry. We already knew for a fact that your arm wasn't broken because the way you were moving it and sling, my guy. That was the worst promo I've ever seen in my life. They had females carry him like he was all hail the mighty Redwood or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself.
If I had any input on that script, I'm like, nah, we don't need William Regal out there. We need R-Truth to come out and have a back and forth with Gargano. I would have enjoyed that more than Regal out there trying to make a funny.
And then have Rosenberg go get the title back from R-Truth?
Nah, have Regal take it off of Truth.
Anybody could take it off of Truth. That's been passed around more times than I don't even know what. I think it's great. I really thought it was going to be a flop at the beginning when I saw the concept and everything, but I love it. I think it's great. I love that Rosenberg got that. That was great. Why not?
The Michael K show where Rosenberg got beat up and dragged out with the like he went into his hotel, like Truth went to his hotel room and messed him up just to get the title back.
I know Rosenberg doesn't have it anymore though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send you the link after this. But it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but that's the thing. See, that's one of those things that it sticks in there. And like I said, I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. I thought it was going to be something stupid, floppy, and then they just retire the belt and call it a day. But it's actually very funny. It's entertaining, and really, at the end of the day, anybody can have it, which is funny. They don't even have to be like wrestling people, which is even more funny,
We were waiting to see if Rosenberg was gonna make it on the plane. So the moment he went to Hot 97, because I know people that work there, I was trying to take the belt off him.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, if they have a ref available, then they can just take anybody down. They can take the belt off anybody. It's awesome. I think it's a really good. Whoever came up with that is very good. It brings some levity to otherwise boring shit half the damn time.
Yeah.
Why not? It's something stupid, but you're always going to remember that, right? When you're talking about wrestling 30 years from now, you'd be like, remember the 24/7 title? And you're going to sit and laugh because it's funny and it's entertaining.
I mean, listen, only
who can forget Little Jimmy? He saved Little Jimmy.
Oh, God, Little Jimmy. Listen, if I got Little Jimmy, first of all, it sounds so wrong.
Yeah, it's terrible. There's got to be a pause in there somewhere, Ray. Come
Oh,
on.
I can't even
It's
say.
I can't. It's that's WWE.
Yo,
Someone was in there. Someone was looking down while taking a dump and was like, "Oh snap! I got it." Hey, Truth, you're gonna run around with an imagination friend called Little Jimmy. Don't ask me how I came across the name. Just know that shit was going down.
That's it, and they do it, and again, it'll be a memorable piece of his history. When he goes into the Hall of Fame eventually, it's going to be a big deal.
okay, guys, I'm gonna let you pick the brand that we're gonna talk about last because I've already made it past Ray's curfew and he hasn't killed me yet.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Everything groovy.
Oh, so we can do both? All right, cool. SmackDown, because I want to leave AEW for last. How the fuck were we feeling about yesterday? Because I heard it was a whole lot of pussy shit.
I can't even begin to tell you what happened yesterday because my mind wasn't there and I didn't watch it.
Like, what are we doing with all these matches? Like, the only thing, first of all, I'm not gonna lie, they could have done better with the match with Big E and Apollo.
They fought again?
So Big E versus Apollo, and then he went to go show up to Apollo, and then Cruz stayed at ringside while Big E took control of the match with Nakamura, and then in the middle of the match, Cruz got on the apron for the distraction, took Nakamura. Nakamura got an advantage, kicking him to the head. And then, of course, in normal WWE fashion, Apollo Crews did the dirty once he was down.
He did the dirty once he was down.
Alone and give him the push.
Like,
leave him alone. Give him the push.
First of all, I think they should have kept the strap on Apollo a little while longer, and then it could have been something where instead of it was Big E and Sami Zayn, because I still found that really weird for the title match. It could have been like Apollo Crews versus Big E, and just because based on their wrestling styles, I feel like it just would have been a good match.
I think it would have been a good match.
Like, just title wise, like, had that storyline played out somehow. Now it's just like, okay, it feels like you're not putting, you really just don't know where to put Apollo right now, and that really sucks because Apollo is a good wrestler.
But I just think that Apollo is just stale. It's time frame. It's long overdue, but Apollo just needs to fully go heel. Like,
no, he feels like that sticks with it. Maybe WWE hasn't gotten through their heads to do it. I just think Apollo is a great wrestler. So however way he spins it, but stop wasting time on it
before they release him.
Bro, I'm surprised they even gave Cesaro a push yesterday.
I'm surprised Daniel Bryan tapped out to the sharpshooter. Daniel Bryan and Edge is part of the creative team, right?
What?
You didn't know that?
What?
Yeah, I read online that they're part of the creative team.
Well,
Big E going Dolo.
Who pissed off Vince? Jeremy Cotton? Who pissed
That's
off
one of my brothers from the asylum too, Jeremy.
Besides Gronk.
I just want to know who hasn't pissed off Vince at this point.
I'm pretty sure Ricochet sold a move too much and Vince probably got upset.
Yeah. But see, they even dropped the ball on Ricochet, man.
Selena Vega pissed off Vince, and guess who suffered? Aleister Black.
Aleister Black. That is so sad. That makes me sick.
Wait, what? Because I thought when you said Zelina Vega fucked it up for Aleister Black?
They're dating, right?
They're married. They're not dating.
They're married?
Oh.
Listen, first of all, I'm just happy that Keith Lee and Mia Yim got engaged, even though that's horrible for me. But
let's see how long before that affects everything.
But I didn't know that, to tell you the truth, because all I knew about her was she was from.
Oh, I told you that recently.
You know you.
Yeah, I told you a couple months back. You didn't know that they were together. I was
Bro,
like, what?
I don't even remember what I ate for dinner yesterday. You can tell me to remember something from 4 months ago.
But Keith
I just
Lee,
please remember who you spoke to today, who just realized about a week of bullshit that passed and I was calm. So you really gonna think I'm gonna remember what you told me 2 months ago?
now Keith Lee and Mia Yim are engaged.
But yo, good job to Zelina Vega to making a goddamn OnlyFans so she could make money for herself because WWE wasn't giving it to her.
Alistair Black was. Boom! Ew! Ew!
Oh man, I'm done with this fucking shit. Seth Rollins is back. Seth Rollins came back for the Rumble. Seth Rollins wanted to pop up where the fuck he did, but now he finally came back. He said he realizes he is the great leader of SmackDown. And he is what they need to be great.
Like I said, sooner or later, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns.
I personally just don't want to see that again in no capacity.
It's a superior match.
But that once again would only have to be if they both have a title, and I would only see that in a Survivor Series type of match.
Seth doesn't have the title, Roman does.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm telling you, let homie go to Raw. Let Seth go to Raw, or let Roman go to Raw. And have them verse champion to champion, because I'm tired of seeing the
Fox won't allow it.
The friendly handshake. Let's do this. We're still brothers. I don't want to see all that. I want to see you both heels hating each other, fighting it to the death right now.
I don't think we're gonna get that. I think we're gonna get a heel versus heel.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. I'm saying I don't want the kumbaya bullshit no more.
But you're saying that you want either or to go to Raw. Fox is not gonna allow it.
Fox could kiss my ass, respectfully.
Fox is not gonna allow it. Over USA, Fox is not gonna allow it. Vince is not gonna allow it. The really Friday Night Messiah
at this point.
And there's been a snooze fest, so
like still got a 3-hour show. Don't matter.
Yes. Remember, I told you the only thing that changed was the color of their shirts.
Isn't aren't they doing way better on YouTube than they actually doing during shows? Like I was reading a comment and someone had pointed that out. Like
who's doing better?
Yeah,
WWE based off the YouTube numbers.
See, I don't
like run back. You talking about like running the show back or what?
No, like the numbers. When Nitro went 3 hours. When how did because I was reading something where it's like people have been complaining about the ratings for SmackDown, Raw, NXT being low, but their viewership on YouTube
that
is what makes up for the lack of ratings.
Not really, and I'm gonna tell you that from a business aspect, right? Social media can only get you but so far. And yes, WWE is rated out of all the sports conglomerates we're talking about. Because even though it's sports entertainment, it's still wrestling is still a sport. So out of all the conglomerates of sports, WWE has the highest on YouTube and social media. Yes, granted. But that doesn't mean shit to the people in the networks that are paying for them to have these shows done. So they still need to have it executed to the point where if you're getting all these numbers on social media, there should not be no problem for you having it on our network. And if that's the case, why don't you go back to having the app strictly for all your content? But that Vince is going to be thinking greedy. because he wants the money from there too.
Oh, get ready. WWE Network on Peacock.
Well, could be. Why not? I think eventually AEW is going to have an app also when they have enough content. I mean, they've got once a month pay-per-views already. They just passed a year right in October.
Yeah.
So I'm actually waiting for that to come up. I mean, I don't think they have enough content at the moment, unless they're just going to stream every single week's episodes or whatever, plus the pay-per-views. But people will pay it. Listen, it is what it is. It's just like people pissed off that they raised the price of WWE Network to whatever there was, but the amount of content that they have rights to is not just WWE stuff or WWE excuse me F stuff.
Yeah, you're watching stuff from
they've
AEW.
got
Still watching
they've got Smoky
everything.
Mountain Wrestling stuff. They've got, I mean, a million things. People are going to pay for it.
So, in reality, and this is what people need to realize, and this is what you and I talk about a lot, right? We're in the, especially because of the COVID, the rise of the digital era came sooner than expected. When I told you that, I told you a year ago, B, and this wasn't even just about wrestling. It was just about life. That we before the pandemic, that we're gonna be seeing, because you were like, Katie, why don't you go out and do certain things like a network? And I'm like, yo, because one day we're gonna get somewhere where the internet's just gonna fucking take over everything. That they're gonna make shit so you could still have a TV, but why the fuck do I need to pay cable if my Fire Stick that I had jailbroken has everything I ever wanted?
Right, and it's like that for most people right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we pay off gas for cable.
All I got is internet.
And that's why. But now because the pandemic happened, everyone just said fuck cable and started watching shit off the internet.
Yep.
That so Vince is here playing the puppet master of business, while in the Nielsen ratings they're stating that the NXT is low compared to AEW. And we all know the moment that Vince says, yo, I'm with it for the wrestling collaboration like the rest of the world is doing, which is leading to our next topic of AEW. If Vince was able to do that and collaborate, then his numbers would go back up.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
he's not going to do that because he's a greedy SOB. But AEW,
never say never, though. Never say never. You never know what they're going to do.
I never wish ill on people. So I'm knocking on tons of wood. Pause.
Hey.
I'm Greek, so for me, I have to make that disclaimer. Like, I very much believe in spirituality when it comes to that, because I feel like I still think my mom is a witch, low key. Like, she talks about how shit's about to happen. No, but she talks about shit happening and then it happens. So in my culture, it's called like maízas, that there's still people that could speak into it. So I never want to speak ill of someone. So, but I know the moment Vince is no longer on this earth, and once again, I'm not praying for your downfall, B. But like Ray said last week with Valid, the moment Triple H and Shawn Michaels and the creatives that were there to actually experience it get helm and get their hands on it, then that's when it's gonna be better. But we have another, and it's sad to say, if the network doesn't run them down, we have another 10, 15 years before that. Because Vince is what, 70 something? That man's still in great physical shape. We're not going to get rid of him for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Vince is Vince, and Vince is the reason why we still have WWE today. Whether we want to trash
we might acknowledge that, but
no, like, we have our feelings about these shows, but at the end of the day, it's Vince. But God forbid, not to try to rush the end of his life.
Don't flag
WWE will be in great hands. After Vince's sailed the earth, and I truly believe Triple H is in line for it. And with that comes Shawn. And with that comes NXT.
Or
Yep.
it'll be the rise of motherfucking NXT. NXT will be on the map, and Raw will be like the lower tier show. I'm telling you that from now.
I prefer NXT over the over SmackDown and Raw anyway. So,
And
you know what I
now,
mean?
yeah, and now in the world where everything makes somewhat of sense, and it's actually interesting to watch on a Wednesday night.
Rest in peace, Brody Lee.
Rest in peace, Brody Lee. We say this every episode.
Yeah.
We are here for the AEW, and I've never been so excited to talk about AEW. Now that I've been able to see it, it just feels fucking amazing. It's like you know it was there, you weren't allowed to see it, but now that you have it, it's like so fucking amazing to me.
Yo, I'm sorry. Side note, corny thing for me to say.
Oh god,
Every time I hear AEW, I just think of root beer.
yo, that's
I'm sorry. I heard it and I was like, yo, damn, root beer.
so.
Even though I know it's ANW, but never mind me. Proceed.
So in the world where you could watch all your classics, your favorite wrestlers, people you want the shock effect, you get two different sets of tag teams from different universes. AEW had a good day the other day though, even if it was a little snoozy. We had Darby versus Joey Janela. Um and they got a B from Bleacher Report, by the way. So that's how you know it was good. But it was really high impact, and it really got my attention, especially being one of the first matches of the evening. What did you guys think of it?
I love Darby Allin, so I've been a fan of him. I think we talked about that last time since he was in what's it called, Evolve, right? That's where he came from.
Yeah,
I believe so.
And I mean, I've always been a fan. I'm glad that he came to the forefront, that he's in a main company and he's not in some, listen, not for nothing, indies are where everybody comes from eventually, and indies sometimes even have a bigger following than the bigger brands. But on the street level anyway, if you want to put it that way. But I'm always glad to see him. He always puts on a show, and I'm here for it for sure. Not a huge Joey Janela fan, but I'll take Darby any day over anybody really.
who do you see him dropping the championship to?
Sting.
You think they will go up against each other and he'll lose it?
Dang. But how's Sting gonna defend the title if he drops it to him?
I mean, the fact that Sting is back on TNT and it's a TNT title, I'm not even thinking from a fan's perspective. I'm thinking, oh, this kind of looks obvious a little bit. But yo, my bad to even do this, Katie. Yes, my curfew is here.
Expired.
All right,
Yes.
It'll just be me and Secrets. Bye, Ray.
Wait, hold on before you cut me off. What you gonna do when the Christ Maniac drops an L16 on you? There you go.
All right.
You're a mess.
Bye, Ray.
Bye, Ray.
Adios, brother.
So mind you, we only had a few more matches left, but he kind of just wussied out like that because he knew it's okay. I don't know who I could see him fight against personally, because I'm still new in the AEW world, but I have a feeling it would be one of those things where the other multiverses of wrestling is going to take the title. That's how I feel. Now that they're allowing,
I hope whoever it is, regardless, because sometimes it can be somebody out of left field. I hope that whoever it is, it's a good, which I always hope for. I think when it's somebody that's got the title, but I hope that they're worthy, and that either they're gonna come for them for real, and they have a good storyline leading up to it, all the trash talk and everything that everybody lives for, and it's not just somebody that is like, why did they do this to this kid,
I think, though, that can I just call them by the WWE names? Neville and Jack Swagger went off head to head, and And Neville took the match with a Dolph Ziggler style DDT.
Well, let me tell you something. Neville, well, what's his name? Pac or whatever the hell they call him now. He's one hell of a wrestler. Like, I don't know if people know about his background and stuff, but he's one hell of a wrestler. Even when, he first came on the scene, he was just, amazing wrestler. And, you hope that, that now he's got a place to shine, that he can shine.
I like it. It's just like what I always liked about Neville just in general with his high flying abilities, because he was classified as a cruiserweight that was on the main roster, because I don't even know if they even have 205 Live at this point anymore. Someone could correct me.
I don't know. I actually never watched 205 Live. I mean, I knew who was in it at the time, but I don't know, because that was all I don't even know what it was on. It was on the internet, or it was on the network, or what was it on? I don't even know. I never watched that show.
It was on during the actual segments with Raw and SmackDown.
Okay.
And then it would be on the network afterwards.
Okay, yeah, I never ever watched that. I never tuned over to watch it.
MJF, Chris Jericho, and Sammy Guevara. That just sounds like one kid being jealous of the new kid, and daddy just chose the new one.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know much about Sammy Guevara, but I know that what I do know of him is that he's able to hold his own without being in a group. So I think that he's going to do okay. I think that it was good that he at least got, if it does end now, I think that he did get a good basis in running with Jericho's camp. And if he's going to be solo now, then I do agree with you. I think it's they're painting it as there's a new kid on the block and everybody's going to be friends with him, and Sammy's being cast to the side. But that's been happening since MJF came on the scene with them.
Yeah,
leading a lot of stuff and everything. So I can see that, but I think he's going to do okay regardless, because he is one of the founding fathers of AEW anyway. He was one of the first wrestlers signed.
Yeah,
so he's going to be all right.
Man, could you imagine being one of them though? Like one of the first people to find a wrestling company like that?
And they thought it was just going to be they said it was just going to be a t-shirt company. They would never be at this caliber. And most people that I talk to, yes, they still watch Raw, they still watch SmackDown. They're slaves to the brand, let's say, or the brands that have always been. But they love watching AEW. It's fresh, it's new. They do outlandish, crazy shit, and I mean, I enjoy it for sure.
I definitely do too. Like, especially like Wednesdays, like especially since it's in the middle of the week, you want to wind down, just watch a couple people beat the shit out of each other, and it's right there.
Yeah, and it's wrestling.
Now you have real wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It is wrestling. It's not shit talking and walking down the ramp and being like, I'm not coming out there tonight, or it's a 5-second match or something. It's real skill, and whether it be high flying or they're just getting down to the nitty gritty and really giving it to each other in the ring. It is what it is. But I think it's good. I thought it's been good since the very first.
I feel bad, like I missed a whole year pretty much though. I don't like how I feel.
You can binge watch it. I'm sure the series are, the episodes are somewhere.
I mean, if I could binge watch 17 seasons so far of Law and Order, I'm pretty sure I could do that.
Exactly. It's not that much. You better start now.
Yo, my girl Thunder Rosa though is making her way through the bracket.
No, she sure is. They love her, boy. I'll tell you what.
Girl,
love Thunder Rosa.
Yo, she just made me want to, like, when she hit that body slam, I was like, oh, the other bitch is done. She's just done. I was just like sitting there, I'm like, yo, Rosa got to get this. I've been rooting for Rosa for the amount of time I've been watching AEW.
No, she looks good. She comes to the ring with a plan, and she executes for real. She's very, very good, and I like watching her for sure.
And I'm glad like AEW really goes and makes the time to scout out women like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like when I watch when I watch WWE, right? And this is us now just as fans, but we're also females, and it makes us feel a little. I don't know about you, but I feel insecure sometimes watching some of these girls with the booties and the asses and like the fit
Well, that's
body.
all they focus on. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
not
like
even necessarily whether they're good or bad wrestlers. A
I
lot
met
of the time,
a lot of bad
all the time.
wrestlers, but just like who's gonna be the face, you
Yeah.
know. But at least in AEW, you watch it and like, damn, okay, shit. When they had Nyla Rose,
Yep.
I have no clue what the fuck happened to her since I came back, but at least like
I don't know. I don't know where she's at right now, but I haven't heard of a release or anything like that. But
like the last time I saw her, she was working with Vicky Guerrero.
right, yeah, she was not her valet or whatever, but like her manager.
The manager.
Yeah, manager.
But it was still like it gave you hope, right?
Oh yeah, in AEW they even said at the very first press conference they were going to be all inclusive, whether people had disabilities or didn't look like the normal wrestlers or didn't fit the certain mold, but they were going to find the talent and they were going to bring it to the forefront, and they did, and they have, and they just keep on.
Our last match of the night. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expected a little more from them. Because of how Kenta went and attacked Moxley. I was really hoping it was gonna be like really, really, really like OD, but then you still saw like a lot of slip ups within it. So I guess maybe they were trying to stay into the time frame that they're supposed to.
Could be.
And it caused them to do a couple of slip ups. Don't worry, girl, we're almost done. We're about to close.
Oh no, that's okay. We're good.
So for me it was just like it made me want to skip it a little bit, but it was a good match overall.
Yeah, I mean, Moxley's definitely paid his dues between WWE and now being on AEW. I mean, I always liked him when he was over there, and I like him now here.
Yeah,
Kenta kind of came out of nowhere, and I guess he's trying to build up now too if he's going to be on the show. But he's got to go after some of the main guys.
Because then I was like, oh, because I saw Kenta attack him, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Trunks. It was very Trunk-like. Come on away. Fuck somebody up. So, my love, before you leave, though, and before we close out, you want to show us any of your selections?
Yeah, actually, speaking of AEW, but before I go, I actually grabbed this, before I go over to the AEW wall, let's call it now. I think this, in my opinion, which is a Mr. T and Roddy Piper 2-pack. This came out the end of the year, and I honestly think this is one of the, I know I didn't have it the last time we talked, but this is definitely one of my favorite figures that came out.
It's so pretty.
Last year? Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Look, I mean, maybe we got the stats on the back,
Oh, that's so.
It's killer. It's a killer pack, and it's got, the robes, and they've got their trunks on from the boxing match and everything. Really, really something. That's definitely one of the, best double packs that came out last year. And I'll definitely take you over to, since we focus on AEW, and in honor of you now joining AEW, the fan base again, I'll take you over to the AEW wall here.
Can I actually have? What happens if you ever have to move from your apartment?
Like, yeah. Listen, when we moved here, this is barring all the new figures and everything. Mm-hmm. There was, I think, 37 wardrobe boxes, the big ones, filled with wrestling stuff. And then there was like another 9 or 10, like maybe large moving boxes. It was ridiculous. We had like an entire U-Haul storage for just the wrestling stuff. I mean, we've got belts, we've got rings, we've got, shelves, we've got, other stuff that's not just figures. It's like, it was insane. It needed its own U-Haul thing.
Wow.
But hold on a second. Let me back up a little bit. So
don't move. Like, don't move to the house. But that's so pretty.
Yeah, these are all the new AEW figures. We've got one of the. where is he? The one of 1,000, Chris Jericho. We haven't been able to snag the other ones because it's not like you can just buy them. You really have to either get lucky that they come in the case or, you know, be able to get it. But this is the one of 1,000 Chase Jericho that came out.
Oh
We were
my,
able to get that. This is a killer Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes Blood Brothers.
that is
That
so nice.
cool, right?
Oh man.
And yeah, but that's just a little. And even like, you know, we've got some. It's not their AEW figures, but we've got the Gold Dust there. We've got uh the Revival from, you know, WWE, but now they're on
Yeah.
AEW over there. And that's my list of Jericho. I love that figure.
Oh, I missed the
And
list
you know,
of Jericho.
DP, we've got everybody over there. Billy Gunn, Taz, whoever.
That is so great. Like I love this. I always love like we have to have you at least on once a year so we can see any updates.
Oh, please listen. There's always new stuff in here. Anytime you want to have us, and we'll be more than happy to, you know, show you the updates. And you know, we keep up on present figures and all that. And of course, there's always going to be things going on with the asylum, so I could definitely keep you updated and
Of
you know, be
course.
more than happy.
Of course. We would love for you to keep us updated. So in the meantime though, because this is the end of the night, we've been talking wrestling for 2 hours. I hope everyone enjoyed it, right? Let's
Yeah,
talk let's talk about your events again. Hold up. Boom!
yeah. We've got Dustin Rhodes coming on February 20th. He will be at the asylumwrestlingstore.com. You can get your tickets and any merchandise that you'd like to purchase. The tickets are available.
And then boom!
Yep. March 20th, we'll have Bret the Hitman Hart. And also, the tickets are available at www.theasylumwrestlingstore.com. And we also have Ricky Steamboat coming in March. I believe it's before Bret, if I'm not mistaken. And if you go onto the website, there is links for every single available event that we have right now. They're going to have Kelly Kelly. They are going to have Eric
Victoria.
Redbeard. And there's quite a few more names on there that's going to be coming up, and they'll be able to keep you updated on the on whatever other events are coming up, even like the outdoor events or the indoor events, whatever they're doing that are coming up, that they'll be live, actually live, not just virtual.
That's awesome. Whew, I can't wait. I can't wait to see all this. Oh my god.
Oh, it'll be so fun. Please follow it. And even if you don't participate in it, you can watch and see how it goes down. And it's so fun. Believe me, I've met Vicky Guerrero myself, Rikishi. I spoke to Razor Ramon, Animal. You know,
Do you
rest
have
in
a
peace.
favorite one?
Of the shows that we've had so far,
Yes.
I really have to say it was the show with Animal, and then there was another show coming up, you know, a Road Warrior Animal, you know, before he passed, obviously. But we had so much fun with him, and the stories that he shared with us were just killer. I mean, he was so much fun and so charismatic and so funny. And I mean, every single show is good, but for me personally, because we did participate in that, we got to sit and talk to him. And, you know, my husband got to sit and talk to him and ask him about when he was wrestling in Puerto Rico and stuff. And he answered us about a few things. It was really cool. And like I said earlier, when you get to connect to them and you're not just reading an article about your favorite wrestler, you actually get to sit and talk to them. It's a totally different experience. And I mean, I think it's worth every single penny. And, you know, along with the meet and greet, even if you don't buy in an item or something, you get an 8x10 that comes along with the meet and greet price, which is awesome. I mean, you have an 8x10 signed, and you can have that forever.
It's something you remember, and I like that, and I'm happy about that. My love, where can they find you?
Me, you can find me on Instagram at secrets224, and you know, hit me up there. You can find us at the Nerd Closet. You can find us at Asylum 2000. I think it's the Asylum 2019 on Instagram, or Virtual Asylum on Instagram also. And you can find us on Facebook group The Asylum with an exclamation point. You can find us on Virtual Asylum on there also. That's actually a public page, so you can go on there and check it out. If you ever just want to drop by when we're having a live meet and greet, you could sit and watch the chat and watch the stories and listen to them. And of course, the asylumwrestlingstore.com to get all your stuff there. We're more than happy to have everybody.
My love, thank you so much for being on with us. I
No, well,
appreciate.
thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. It's always good to sit and chop it up with you guys.
I'm so
And
sorry for
anytime.
cutting you off. It's been a while since we've seen you, so we had to catch up with you.
Oh, I'm always happy to do it. It's always good to see you guys. I'm glad that you thought of me, and I hope to see you again soon.
You definitely will. So, feel free to exit. I'm just gonna do some closings for everyone because Ray had to leave early. But once again, thank you so much.
No worries. Thank
And
you again. Thank you, and I'll see you again soon.
very soon. Thank you so
All
much.
right. You take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. What's up, everyone? It's your homegirl Ivy. Like Ray said, or I'm sorry, like Ray Hogan said, better tune into the Gorilla Talk podcast either every Friday or every Saturday, depending on what we do. Next week we got the host of the Ramble Mania podcast, 6XL and Tevin. Tune in. You can catch this episode on our YouTube at Raw Zone NYC. You could catch us, of course. Welcome to the Raw Zone on Tuesdays, where we talk music, life, and more. You could catch us on Wednesdays, the 6 p.m. sip with myself and Katia Paulo. Friday, we either doing our live at 9 or something else. This week we are interviewing, though, on Thursday, the 18th, Amber Lee of The Beast Within, a domestic violence organization that works to help females overcome their traumas. And it's a whole bunch of shit. Stay with the movement. Follow It's Ray Pearson. Follow IamIvy.xo_. Follow Ivy Productions. We're going to be making a few announcements very soon. And once again, thank you for tuning in. And we are out.